not to fight backing up and maybe take some of Avalos' aggression and use it against him. But Avalos very much in control. He walked into a right hand there.
You see a big edge to Avalos for amateur experience. He was in a lot of junior tournaments. He did very well. In terms of pro experience, well, really, Wilson not that much more, despite having turned pro a couple of years before Avalos.
We saw good body work from Andre Wilson as he found the opening very nicely. He's in the pink and black, and in the black and gold is the unbeaten Chris Avalos. This is an 8-rounder.
Well, step on him.
Well, you're going to get, when you fight a right-hander and a southpaw, you're going to get a lot of times where they're going to get their feet twisted up, maybe trip over each other. But I like what I see right now. Avalos is being challenged mentally right now, and if he can stay strong, he'll have some success.
There we see Avalos trying to catch Wilson coming in. So Wilson has not done a lot of backing up. He said he would not. Let's see if he can fight inside. He goes to the body right now and clips a right hand in that lands. And now it's Wilson trying to walk down Avalos.
Avalos definitely a little bit less aggressive than I would have guessed.
I agree with you, Steve. And here we go with the same dilemma. What do you do against the left-hander? Do you just abandon the jab, or do you double and triple it?
No, well, you're going to get frustrated if the jab is not landing with any success. But you got to keep working it. If you let that jab go, it's going to be a long night.
Here we go. Nice counter-punching there as he catches Wilson coming in, does Avalos.
Listen to the
and
bell.
We're closing out the first round. Good spirited action here in Pechanga, Temecula, California.
Fine.
So an 8-rounder and strategy sessions. We talked to both, beginning with Chris Avalos.
He's a boxer. He moves a lot and has a lot of head movement, so I think I could just beat him down to the body. You know, get him down, break his legs out, you know, and get him to the body, and pretty much that's pretty much it. And then from there, I'll go ahead and see what happens from there.
I think we got to counter off his double jab. He double jabs a lot, brings his right hand. I figure if we can throw my left hand, consider I'm southpaw, shoot a straight left to him after he doubles up his jab, and I think he'd be vulnerable to lean right into one of those. So and maybe like an uppercut or a hook right after that.
Andre, you quick inside, and you pull back, get that right hand out, okay? You make him miss, come back with a straight left.
All right, let's go. Now
Don't rush in on him. Don't rush in on him, okay? He's trying to get you to back, come in. You go in.
We head to round 2. Antonio Tarver, the instruction in Andre Wilson's corner, make him miss and counter. How exactly should the left-hander be doing that?
Well, he just got to have those the instincts, you know, when Avalos let his hands go, and to be in counter position. Make him miss and make him pay.
We'll see who uses the ring better. Wilson, I think, has got to start moving, using some angles, but he's pretty in tight, Steve. He's right there in Avalos' face, and it cost him there.
Well, he landed a punch, and he got caught with 2 counters.
Oh, and a drop counter punch, a left hook.
4, 6, 7, 8. Where?
Wilson was caught flush by return fire, a left hook from Avalos. Over 2 minutes to go in this round. Plenty of time for Avalos to try to close it out. He's young, he's a teenager, and he's going for it. That's a push. Nope. Let's call it a knockdown.
5, 6, 7, 8. Come here. Okay?
So we're looking at a 10-7 round and a minute 45 to go. Why isn't Wilson holding on?
Never been hurt before. First 2
stop,
knockdowns of his young career.
Why is he running?
Here comes Avalos. He's squared up and going for it. Referee Cena. Good stoppage, Antonio.
Very good stoppage. He was on Cool Street, and it was just a matter of time.
Steve almost thought that second knockdown was a push, but the flurry in Avalos was all about offense. Wilson had his moments, but Avalos was really a machine as he gunned down Andre Wilson.
I think this is one of those fights where Wilson had a little bit of offensive success, and it was the worst thing that could have happened to him because he had a good first round. They gave him the first round. He came into the second round thinking he could hit Avalos, He did, and boom, 2 counter punches, and the fight turned very quickly.
That's the difference of power, having that power, that real knockout power. I'm impressed. Coming into this fight, I thought that Wilson would definitely be a bigger challenge for Avalos, but that knockout was so impressive.
Yeah, Wilson, you know, when we talked to him yesterday, he didn't have that opponent's mentality and said, you know, I'm the naturally bigger guy. I'm not going to be bullied around. And as Steve alluded to, it was his worst nightmare because he wanted to hang with the puncher, and it cost him.
Most definitely.
So here we see Andre Wilson. It's really back to the Bush Leagues. I hate that. This was his moment to shine. And what an explosive minute or so of a second round. We're going to take a look at the entire action in the second round. Really 2 knockdowns and a stoppage, and here we go. And here comes Wilson. He's in the pink and black, and he's fighting off the back leg a little bit now, but let's see Avalos. It's going to happen pretty quickly. We'll see how he's going to set up that power. The first knockdown was that beautiful left-hand counter.
Yes.
In between the first and second rounds, we heard the strategy of both fighters. Avalos said he wanted to punch to the body. Well, he was never close enough to do so. Didn't matter. The fight was being fought on Wilson's terms. But then once he got hit by that big left hook right there, it's over. I mean, at that point, it's over, right?
Yes, and you know what? You go back to the amateur experience. If this guy would have had a long amateur experience, he would have known that the last thing he want to do is be in close right now while he's hurt. He should have moved. He should have boxed. He should have got his wits about him.
Right. He's not backing up enough. Good point. He's going to get clocked again in a flurry. It looked like a push here, but no, he took him down. So those were punches. And Wilson just doesn't know what hit him.
Yeah, I think he's more overwhelmed right now than he is necessarily hurt.
He's caught up in a moment. And we all agreed that it was a good idea to stop it very soon here. What do you think of Avalos? Obviously, his finishing ability is good. And finally, Wilson holds on.
Well, you know, the first round, he got the challenges he was looking for because he wasn't used to having resistance. And I just like the way he had his power and his balance all through the fight. He was in position to counter with hard shots.
Man, he's he's a little bit cocky kid, and why not? He's 11-0 with 9 KOs. We go up to Mark Lichtenfeld to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jose Cobian stops this contest at 1 minute 28 seconds of the second round for your winner by technical knockout and still undefeated, Chris Avalos.
After a very shaky first round, Avalos just exploded in the second round. There's a left hook, and you know what? I said her in the first round that Wilson gets hit when he's not moving. Well, you don't move when you punch, and he wanted to mix it up. Watch this left hook. It's pretty wide, but it's right on the butt. And one thing we've known about Avalos since we saw him for the first time, he's been on a lot of ShoBox undercards off TV. The kid can really, really punch. He's got natural power. This is only a 19-year-old. Now here's the second knockdown. You see a right hand lands. The left hook sort of goes around the neck of Wilson. Nonetheless, the second look at it, a little bit of a rabbit punch there. There's the right. And a follow-up left that doesn't land. Wilson at this point, you could see his eyes. He was right above us. And he wasn't really hurt, but he was confused and overwhelmed. And there may be a little bit of a premature stoppage, but you'll notice no argument at all from Wilson. He was done. That's an impressive knockout win because of how it came after a shaky first round, which I think Wilson won. And the kid is 19 years old.
To the winner goes the spoils. Facing his first southpaw, Chris Avalos had it all his way with an overpowering second round TKO. Coming up next, Marvin Quintero, rising star on a hot streak in his first main event. Tyrone Harris, former amateur star, needing to break through and find success stepping up in class. Quintero, Harris, our junior lightweight main event, 10 rounds or less. 2 world title belts are on the line tomorrow night on Showtime Championship Boxing. Main event's a showdown of ShoBox alums fighting for a junior welterweight title when Timothy Bradley tries to stop the imposing challenge of former lightweight champion Nate Campbell. Here's Al Bernstein with more.
Here at the weigh-in for the WBO light welterweight championship match in which Tim Bradley puts his title on the line against Nate Campbell. And let's bring in Tim Bradley, who just weighed in at 139 pounds. For you, of course, 140 is the weight you're used to being at. And somebody joked here that it looked like you ate rocks for this fight. Your conditioning is always great. It seems like it may be special for this one.
Absolutely. We went to hell and back for this training camp. You know, we had a great 6 weeks training camp. I stayed in shape after the Kendall fight. I didn't blow up in weight. Stayed running, stayed on my conditioning, and so that's why I look so superb tonight.
What's the key for you winning this fight? You indicated that maybe against Kendall Holt, you got a little out of your game plan early in the fight. What's the key to you winning this fight?
Smart boxing, keeping my composure, smart boxing. That's pretty much it. That's how I'm going to do it. That's how I'm going to win the fight.
And fighting in front of your home fans here, it could be a distraction, but you say it hasn't been that way so far.
Absolutely not. You know, the fans are here to see me do my job, and that's win.